And here we go, live from Washougal, Washington. It's pro motocross coverage back on the West Coast. I hope everybody's not high today, because all the ganja up there in Washington. Speaking of high, here's Moto Man Jason from HYR and Bookie Kyle. It's the Big 49.
Yeah. Well, there's two of us right here, ladies.
Yeah,
There's two of us present and accounted for.
We'll get the third one.
Here in the radio station, otherwise, is a sports book.
He's coming. I know it is, dude. This is badass, man.
No, it's a little insane right now. I'm
No,
like
this is-
tripping over TVs and crap.
Oh, I know, but dude, like from a boogie's perspective, this is cool.
Well, I'm sure because now you got.
I'm seeing nothing but dollar signs.
Yeah, but the problem is you want to run ponies on one, and you're like, yeah, let's run the cars on the other
Well,
one.
yeah.
And then can you tune them up? I'm like, all right, Bookie Kyle.
Can you do like the Hollywood Squares on that one?
Here's the thing. I am not your personal sports book
All right.
idiot, okay?
You got enough TVs to do it.
Yeah, I know we do. But the problem is how many other people do you see running around the radio station right now?
That's true.
Okay? I'm the only one.
You're the only one, and I'm too dumb to know how to help.
I've got
it.
17 remotes on the other side here. I got to run a console that looks like I'm running the space shuttle.
Yeah, right.
I've got, equipment everywhere. I got to make sure that we're on time. Oh, and then I got to come up with something to say as well.
Oh yeah.
I know. Everybody's going, yeah, you know what this is? The world's smallest violin, and it's playing, My Heart Bleeds For You, Moto. Nobody gives a rat's ass.
Well, F them anyway.
Well, thanks for tuning in to the motocross broadcast of excellence right here. We're about, I'd say, 6 minutes late now because I was busy running around, wiping my ass, trying to find all the remotes for the TVs and
That's
get
all right.
everything tuned in.
We've done worse.
Yeah, so we got that going on.
We're actually on time.
Yeah, we're sort of on time.
Just
relative.
Turn your watch a certain angle.
Well, relative.
It's still high noon.
It's not quite. It's not quite top of the hour, but hey, whatever.
We're close enough.
We'll shortchange you a couple minutes
there
there.
we go.
All right, so I watched. I don't know if you got to watch any of the Race Day Live stuff today.
I didn't.
You did not.
I did
I
not.
did. I did. I watched Race Day Live here in the old sports book of a radio control room.
Yeah.
And let me tell you.
Gambling hall in here.
Yeah, the gambling hall. We got multiple things happening today. First of all, we've got obviously Race Day in Washougal, Washington.
Yep.
Which everyone seems to be. When I say everyone, let's just be honest. I'm only talking about Bubba Stewart, Ricky Carmichael, and possibly Weege.
Yeah.
Those guys were talking about the fact that Washougal is one of those, I'd say, perfect tracks from the perspective that it almost stepped out of a postcard.
I agree.
It's green,
Yeah.
beautiful trees.
Right.
The track winds in and out. The air temperature is always perfect.
Yeah.
Granted, it is the Pacific Northwest. The
Hard to beat up there.
The ground is loamy.
Yeah.
You got really good loamy black soil.
Yeah.
It's not like you have here in Southern California where you have like just that hard clay, dirt, rock, gnarly. It's more of, I'd say, what they've been used to on the East Coast more than less. I
For
mean,
sure.
And the East Coast has that black, loamy, beautiful, perfect soil as well. The more south you go, you get clay. The more north you go, you get that nice topsoily,
And you might think it's like, dude, like Washougal, like, is this like Washington State or back east in D.C. like you were saying?
Yeah, you would think, but it's
so green.
Washougal's Washington Pacific Coast. So
Correct, right.
We are on Pacific Northwest all day long here.
But you could sell it as
Oh,
something
yeah.
from the East Coast.
Well, because they get so much rain.
Correct.
They get
And it's
so
all
much
green.
rain. And when you cross the Rocky Mountains across the country, it's amazing when you're flying in an airplane. Arms out. I don't know how often you fly. But you're flying across the country, and as soon as you cross those Rocky Mountains, the air goes from western, dry, clear, clean, beautiful air into this hazy, wet,
Humid.
Yeah. Your visibility goes down tremendously.
Sure.
Like typically on the West Coast, we can get visibility on the West Coast over 100 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you
For
can
sure.
see over 100 miles when you're in the air easily.
Easy.
Okay, when you're on the East Coast, you're lucky if you get maybe 10. Like, oh wait, the horizon's only 10 miles away. No, actually, the horizon's still 100 miles away. It's
Right.
just you can't see it because it's all covered in water
It's
vapor
just- yeah.
and particulate and crap.
Correct.
You know, it's
But
just
at least it's not smog.
yeah, it's not smog. So they get a lot
we
of,
get.
of hazy air, which means they have a lot of water.
Right.
And all that water means all those trees. And that's the other thing about when you're in the East Coast, you get down low and you're nothing but in a sea of trees.
Right.
So it's flat and you got all this greenery around you and getting your perspective and your land, you know, your bearings about you.
Correct.
What's north, south, east, and west.
Right.
It's kind of difficult. Whereas on the East Coast or on the West Coast, you come out here to, you know, Southern California and we got mountains and we've got this beautiful horizon and this terrain. And it's like, oh, that mountain is north.
Yes.
That mountain is south.
They're called landmarks.
Yep. That mountain is east and that mountain is west.
Yeah.
So when you get up to the Pacific Northwest, you get the best of the best. You get it all. You
Yeah.
get that great terrain. So there's topographical up and down and all this cool mountainous terrain. And you get clear air.
Yeah.
And you get all of this greenery because they get a lot of rain up there.
And away from all the a-holes.
Yeah, so it's a win-win-win all
Yeah,
the way around
for
up in
sure.
Washougal. So there's a reason why that track reminds me of the Mammoth track. I don't know if you've ever been up to
I have.
Mammoth to see that Mammoth track.
And that is bitching.
Yeah, it's picturesque like
It
that.
is.
It's just
It really- it's
beautiful.
like postcard.
It's postcard.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, if I were to dream the perfect motocross track, it would be Washougal.
Right.
So today we've got our friend Carson Brown, who is a legend at Washougal.
Yeah.
He is going to be up there today.
He's racing two-stroke.
There's a lot of guys up there racing two strokes because the factory teams came out and made a point this week to say, hey, if you're going to ride a two stroke, we're going to bonus you if you get to be on the top 5 of inside of the range. One of those groups, by the way, there was $15,000 on the two stroke qualifying. So right there, that says something. Like,
Really?
there's 15 grand just in two stroke qualifying.
Just in qualifying.
Just in qualifying.
Oh, wow.
Just to get into qualifying. That's why a lot of
Love
guys
it.
ran to the two strokes.
Yeah.
Um,
Bring it back, man.
Yeah, KTM threw in a pile of money. KTM Husqvarna threw in a pile of money.
Nice.
But that's not the one that's going to surprise you in this. Jetson Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, one Mr. Jet Lawrence said, hey, you're on a two smoker. I'm going to kick in $5 grand for you.
That is awesome. One more reason why I love Jet, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean to tell you, this kid does not stop
He gets it,
bringing
dude.
it home.
He gets it.
Understands it. He gets it.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you're on a two smoker.
Oh, yeah.
You get into you can break into qualifying. I'm gonna kick it $5 grand on
Hell
that
yeah.
little love.
That's so badass.
So
I
that
love
was
it.
that was really cool of him to do that. They were talking about that this morning on Race Day Live.
Yeah.
So
That is cool.
that's why a lot of guys. So you're gonna see, I believe Marvin Muscan is gonna be riding today.
I heard they nixed him at the end.
Oh, they nixed him at the
Yeah,
end.
Right.
Got it.
At quote unquote game time.
I didn't see anything on it.
I'm going by a report that I read this morning.
Okay.
Is all.
Oh, got it.
So, but-
but there's a lot of guys that are riding on
yeah.
two strokes there. I mean, you
Yeah.
got Carson Brown.
You got
Kevin
Carson Brown.
Moranz.
Moranz is there.
on a two stroke. By the way, a two stroke that he had only ridden as of today.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There-
There's Moranz. There's Jeremy Hand.
Jeremy Hand.
What's that?
Steinke. Snake
Yeah,
Dog's
Snake
there.
Dog. Snake Dog's there. Oh God, what's it? Burkeen, or I think his name is.
So there's a lot of two strokes there. The factories are really kind of going, hey, we don't want this to go away.
Justin Rodville.
Rodville's on a two smoker. So
yeah,
it will be exciting to see.
I'd like to see Hayden do it, dude, with that
Oh.
commercially do with the old man.
And they were talking today, you know, like I remember Bubba this morning was talking about the two strokes on the track, and they were saying, yeah, because I believe Hand was actually having a hard time qualifying,
Oh really?
and they were falling around the track, and they said, you know, I just don't know, man, with these four strokers being so powerful and so fast and just so effective, I don't see how a two stroke can even compete right now. And
Top two stroke takes 20 grand or whatever it is.
yeah, it's
Who
a
really gives a shit what the other four strokes do?
well, that's exactly it.
You know,
and that's where the party's at.
you have your own little.
They have their own division. They have their own
Right.
incentive at that point.
Right.
You know, hey, there's a money division here for two
Exactly.
strokers. And the funny part is the factories were behind it. Rockstar Energy Yamaha was behind it. KTM was behind it.
Right.
Obviously.
Because they still sell two strokes,
yeah.
and they want to keep selling them.
They want to keep selling. But the thing about the two-stroke also, and this goes into something that Ryan Hughes had told us a long time ago. He goes, when they put together the four-stroke classes originally, they overdid the 450.
100%.
It should have been the 350. It should never have been the 450.
Right.
The fact that it's a 450.
But it was the biggest that the AMA allowed, so we're gonna go big.
Yeah, the fact that they went the 450. These bikes now are so fast, so powerful, so dangerous.
With so many injuries.
And
bad injuries.
Yeah, these guys are hurting themselves in ways that they never even thought of. And so I think the two-strokers is good because it's bringing it back down.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
And I can tell you that when I ride, because I not that I'm here to be braggadocious about it, but I ride, a lot of dirt bikes here and there.
Yeah, you do.
And I own a few here and there. And
I'll bet the over on that one.
Yeah, well, I own a few.
A few.
And
a few 14.
But the 450s are animals.
Yeah, they are.
They're complete animals.
Right.
And my favorite one, out of all the bikes that I do own, my favorite one to ride is my 2001 CR250.
God, it's a pretty bike, dude.
Well, it is a pretty bike, but I like riding it. And if Honda were to call it anything to put it into the grouping, like how you have CRF 250, CRF, 450, CR, and the F stands for four-stroke, right?
Correct.
The CR250 two-stroker sits right in the middle of the 250 and the 450 in power.
Right. The two four-strokes.
It's like a 350.
It's a 350.
It works like a 350.
It was like Alessi was talking about with the KTM 350.
It's a great.
Yeah.
It's a good fit
Yeah.
overall. And
For sure.
I like riding it way more than I like riding anything else because of that.
Yeah.
I don't have to have my head in a swivel.
No.
I don't have to worry about,
You know what it's going to do.
oh my God, this thing has got so much power, it's going to kill me.
You can actually twist the throttle a little bit and not get thrown off the back.
Exactly.
At low RPMs, I mean.
Yeah, you can rip it a little bit. You
Right.
can have fun with it.
You can rail the hell out of it if you want.
Rail it and have a great time with it, or
Right.
you can trail it.
Right.
I mean, I've taught kids,
There
like
you go.
little kids. I've idled that thing up trails and cruised like. Well, watch out, you're a two-stroke. It'll load up. No, you just get the induction and the carburation right. It
Right.
will not load up.
Right.
You get the jetting proper on them. They will not load up.
Be in the right gear.
I've never had a problem with it loading up. And I can do trails at 2 miles an hour, walking speeds next to little kids that are on like little, junior 50s and crap like that.
Just cruising.
And just like, all right, throttle control, hold on. Oh, okay, thanks, man. Oh, and I can have a conversation with somebody and putt next to them. But at the same time, if somebody like Jason over at HYR comes up and goes, hey, well, let's go to Big Boy Hill real quick. I want to see if we can do it. No problem. And I'll, get on the pipe and
click a couple gears and go.
Yeah.
For sure.
I can rip and go.
I had the same model of bike, dude, and it was the same year and everything. I loved it. I kick myself still to this day, forever letting it go.
It's a great fit.
It's just perfect.
So today, seeing these two strokes out on the track, I'm going, it's a good fit.
Right.
It's actually a better fit, I would think, for Washougal than the 450s. The 450s are just so fast and so insane.
The two strokes built Washougal. They built outdoors. They built the sport, dude. 450s came in and started waving their you-know-what around. They're heavy hitters.
They're heavy hitters.
That's my point. And it's like, okay, that's cool and all, but you're beyond your means, dude.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
They're definite heavy hitters.
Like you say with Supercross. It's stupid to even have a 450.
Yeah, it really is. It's a little too much. And when you see a guy like Jet Lawrence, for instance, okay? He was on the 250s. He was putting down 450 times on his 250.
Correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's how fast these
you?
250s are now.
Right.
Okay? That is insane.
Yeah.
That is stupid.
And it also tells you how much you don't need on the 450.
Oh, you don't need all that. You don't need. You definitely don't need all that.
Making the same times.
Yep.
You're obviously not at an advantage.
So racing is going to start for us at 1 o'clock Pacific. We are also watching X Games right now.
X Games, yeah.
I don't know if you tuned in yesterday. If you were listening to Big 49 yesterday, I had a little conversation yesterday with Colby Raha.
Yeah, I caught that. I was stuck at my job, but yes,
Yeah,
I did catch that. That was sweet.
Colby and I had a good conversation. I will be playing that again today.
Dude, that was
At
so
some
cool.
point during the show, I'm going to play the Colby Raha interview.
Colby's so chill, dude.
Just because he's super cool.
Yeah.
We got the X Games playing here in the studio right now. We're watching to see when Colby goes up. It's 12:30 is when he does his jump. So, and the goal for him this year is over 50 feet.
Not 69 feet like Ronnie Mac.
Well,
I heard that part.
Ronnie Mac's 69 feet. You know, Ronnie's just one of those characters. You gotta laugh. Like, he's a good guy.
I love the way Colby broke it down. He's like, dude, we're already like at the limit, dude. Like
they're at the limit. Like
they're
the bike,
70 feet above ground.
Yeah, the bike can only do so much.
Right.
You know, and they're literally doing as maximum amount of power as they can get out of that bike.
And when you're coming down, like, yeah, going up and everything's badass. But when you're coming down so fast and with so much momentum.
Oh, yeah.
And so hard, dude. Like, you know, that's not like on any little step up, you can feel yourself picking up momentum.
I don't know if you looked at the Big 49 social media yesterday, but I think we posted on Instagram and we posted on Facebook both practice runs while Colby was doing the high jump on that Husqvarna.
Right.
And oh my gosh.
Oh, dude, it's gnarly, dude. Like, everybody looks like, oh, how high can they get? Which is cool.
He's getting close to 100 feet in the air.
Right. But that's all badass. But I'm saying
50
hang
feet.
the F on.
50 feet from...
You got to make sure you land that thing, dude.
Oh, no, he's greasing it.
Right.
He is greasing it. When they say practice, you have to practice. You know, there's a reason why guys get killed.
Oh, gotcha.
Doing that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, Pat got killed doing that out at, I want to say he was out at Axel's place.
Was that what it was? It was on the...
I know he was on a motorcycle.
Well, right.
I know he was on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to jump out. We'll play a song here real quick, and we will be back. It is the Big 49. Here's some Clutch.
Nice.